All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. Today, September 12th, Debbie and I are going to talk about upgrading your communication, which is fun. So we won't keep you too long today, but a good topic and just ideas because we all think we know how to communicate the way we are. But there's so many ways as how to figure out how to communicate with people, and we're going to give you some ideas. So I will share my screen. Share. There we go.
Okay.
And press play. There we go. All right. So Deb, go ahead. We'll go with the first one. Oh, is that the right one? There. All right. Text messages. Go ahead.
The reason why we're doing this today is because a lot of people don't know what to say when we tell them reach out to your sphere or reach out to other people. Make sure you're contacting your buyer, make sure you're contacting your seller, or reaching out to people that you worked with before. So what do you say to all these different people? Well, there's different reasons why you want to reach out to people, but when you're doing a text message, you want to remind them who you are, and then be positive in your message and add value. So ways to add value when you're sending your text message is to give them a little tidbit of something to remember, right? Hey, it's Debbie from Century 21 Homestar. We haven't talked for a little while. I was thinking about you and remembering blah, blah, blah of whatever we saw before. Keep it short and sweet so that they're not thinking that you're writing a book in your text. But I would love to reach out to you to tell you about the great new market report that we have available. Would you be interested? And then you've got a yes or no. Don't leave it in open-ended questions because then they won't answer you. You might get a runaround thing. What other text message tips do you have, Tony?
Well, my thing is I say a text message to me is very important. I organize my day by text messages. Is to me, great text is introducing yourself, and if you want to talk to anybody, texting them first. So especially with prospecting, I think my opinion is, I mean, there's ways is texting first is great. You can text first, say, hey, by the way, would love to talk with you. I was planning on giving you a call tomorrow at this time. If it's not a good time, we could reconnect at a different time, but wanted to go over some things. And it's a soft way of opening up the door to communication with the person. Also, it gives you people time, especially busy people, time to understand what you're just going to keep them for a few minutes, or is it a half-hour conversation? What is it? So I think text message is great for people that like the text message. I have agents that love text messaging back and forth, and we communicate about it and follow that. And then some just like to talk all the time, and that's great too. But it's finding a balance. You got to see if they like the text message. How do they want to just text messages, start a talk conversation, or have the whole conversation? It's like a dance, right? Communication is like a dance on that. So,
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the next slide. Go ahead.
The value could also be like something funny too, if you want to keep things light, depending on the mood of the person. Now, if you're trying to text message to someone who you don't know very well, then you want to watch those mood things because you don't know that person. But if you have a great relationship with them, or you had a great relationship with them when they were your client before, then you can use little memes and stuff like that. As long as you remember, no political or religious things, just funny little stuff is good. And then also there's different reasons why you want to call, right? So a lot of people are like, well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what am I supposed to say when I'm talking to somebody, or what is the reason for my call so it doesn't sound like I'm being sales pushy, to them and stuff like that. So you can have little conversation breakers, and you can let them know about a new place or a new event that's popping up in your neighborhood. You can suggest a new service provider to people if you know different people that you've hooked up with. If you gave them a referral, you can talk to them about, hey, I just wanted to know how that referral went, whether it was a painter or a plumber or something like that. You can mention things that they post on social media to them. These are all icebreakers to get the conversation rolling when you first start talking to somebody, so that you're not like stumbling around on your words and stuff. And they're like, why is this person calling me? Because there's no value to this and my time is important, right? So sharing detailed information. You can even get into, it's been so long since I talked to you that I just wanted to touch base, or maybe you need to cancel an appointment or something like that. Those are the really tough ones, but sometimes we have to do that. So,
Sure. Well, the
I,
great thing about real estate, there's always something to talk about.
yeah,
If they're buying, actively selling, and if they're thinking about buying, there's always something to talk about. Like an example, I tell our agents when prospecting people, like usually the number one thing is like, I don't know what to keep on talking to them about. Well, if you talk to them, just if it's someone that owns a house, it's an investment. It's the value of that is important to them. Every time there's a sale in their area, their value changes. Imagine how many calls you would get if you text somebody, like say, if you put in your notes that, hey, you called them 6 months ago and you said their value, a couple of sales were 350,000, you say their value should be around 350,000 come values. Imagine all of a sudden there's a couple sales for 300. Hey, by the way, just want to let you, a couple sales have been in your area at 300,000. Think your value might have come down a little bit. They're going to call you right away. What do you mean my value goes down? It changes with every sale. I just want to keep you updated when the right time to sell. Just imagine like kind of like someone that's in investments and financial planning. If they send you a message, say, hey, call me, your stocks have gone down in value, you're probably going to call them a lot faster than the stocks went up.
yeah, right. Because
So
they
get
want
them
to
on the
talk
phone,
about
just
those.
keep them updated. You're not with what's going on in the market and the value of their house. That's just one idea there.
Yeah, that's a good one. Because people, if they have time, they do want to talk on the phone. Now your sellers, 60%, 66% of your sellers want to hear from you on the phone and they want to get updates on their stuff. And then you have those people that say, well, I don't have anything to update them on because we don't have any new information. Just touching base with them. If you say that you're going to touch base with them every single week and give them updates, then do so. Even if it's just to say, hey, it's Friday. This is our Friday call, but I really don't have anything new to tell you because we don't have any new showings. So maybe we should discuss why we don't have any new showings, or maybe you're in the middle of a contract. Hey, it's Friday. Here's our update, but that we are still on set to close for the 31st, and yeah, you have reached out and done everything with the title company, correct? Okay, great. How was that blah, blah, blah thing that your daughter did the other day, and just move on to something else. But talking to them, making them know that you are there and that you're aware of what's happening and that you care about them, because they want to know that you care.
Exactly. And when you have an active buyer, active seller, my opinion is if they ever call you, unless it's just like something just right out of the blue, if they're just calling you for an update on something, you kind of lost a little bit there. It's kind of like you're supposed to be proactive, keeping them updated, giving them information so they don't ever have to call you and say, what's going on with my sale, or what's going on with my offer. Well, if they're calling you, again, not all the time, but if there's a break in communication, you should be pumping out enough information and keeping them updated by text, email, call, just to let them know that you're on top of things, kind of thing. Hopefully that made some sense.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And don't
Next.
forget, you can use voicemails, and you can, if you get a gatekeeper, just tell them who you are and what you were calling about so that they can pass on the information. Make sure that you're giving them your phone number like multiple times. Oh, it's Debbie from Century 21 440-449-9100. Just wanted to touch base with Sally and Joe and let them know blah, blah, blah. If you could please give them the message and have them call me back and give your phone number out again. So here's a little thing that I thought was kind of cute. I don't know. I was just playing around, and but just to help you so that you're not feeling like you're a salesperson and trying to push people into sales stuff, so use your icebreakers, let them know about the new events and stuff that are coming up, suggest a service provider that they want to use. This is all stuff we just talked about. Ask how a referral went and panned out. Maybe it didn't pan out. Maybe you need to give them somebody else, or maybe, they wanted to use somebody else. That's totally fine. They don't have to use the referrals that you give them. It's just suggestions of people, anywho. And mention something that you saw on social, which we didn't talk about, but if you are friends with them on social media and they have a milestone that happened in their life, my son just got just working on his dissertation for because he wants to get his doctorate, which is absolutely true, by the way, in case anybody knows my son. That's something that people can find out about. Maybe they want to know a little bit more about, so that's another way to ice break things.
Well, definitely with social media, if someone's posting something on social media, they want to talk about it, right? They don't just post
Usually,
things like, oh, no one asked me about this, or don't comment on things. So definitely do that. And also suggestion too is which I think is a great marketing, and it's to one of our title companies that we title rep that we use occasionally. We'll go her marketing to realtors is that she goes on their social media, and when especially Facebook, and when people post photos and stuff, she goes on to, I think she uses a service called Send Out Cards, and download, copies the picture, puts it in, sends the people, the agent, a card saying, hey, congratulations on this or that, and or whatever it is, and stays in touch and makes us, connects with them. So again, anything, you just watch social media if you're it's something to communicate and something to talk about.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
And CE coming up.
Yeah. We have Mike Ferrante, top 5 listing secrets, how to impress your seller. He is one of the biggest listing agents out there, so you want to get his secrets for sure. Then we get into the fun stuff. We got spooky things that can bury deals with Hush. We have Thanksgiving Feast of Options. So I don't know what that class is about.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I've never
interesting
seen that
to
one.
me, right? That would be pretty fun. And then we have Fair Housing with John Dewey, and Hush is back with another fun one, Frosty's Finances. So he's going to go over self-employment and tax returns and stuff like that as far as mortgages go. So a lot of fun things coming up. These guys always give really good CE classes. People like and enjoy them because they keep them entertaining along with all of the fun legal stuff that we have to learn.
Right.
So.
Right. And I'm getting some good traction on the website, the Free Ohio CE. So it's easier for people to find the links.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
So that's been working out good too. So, all right, let me stop sharing screen.
One more. You forgot our special.
Oh, I did? Okay,
Yeah.
wait, back to sharing screen. Hold on. Let's go back, screen sharing. See, usually I don't click it. Or usually I do click it. All right, there you go. Last one. All right.
All right. So National Neighbor Day is September 28th. So this is a chance for you to get out and meet your neighbors if you don't already know them. And you can make these little tags that say, I'm not just a real estate agent, I'm also your neighbor. And you can put a copy of your business card in there if you want, or contact me for all your real estate needs. If you want to just make the tag, you can make the tag there. You can pop by with a CMA or any other branded items that you want to give to your neighbors so that they can remember you by. There's a ton of stuff in 21 Online as far as little giveaway things that you can use. And if you want more suggestions, all you got to do is call me and I can give you a lot more suggestions. But go out and meet your neighbors on September 28th.
All right, good stuff. Now, let's see, I'll do that. Stop share.
Yep, now we're done.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, everyone. Remember, reach out to Debbie or myself. We're here to help anytime. We'll put you in our schedule. So have a great day and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.